Hey guys, right, I'm going to do another little job on the Triumph. So, as you know, we're just going through a few bits on this. We're doing nothing major to it at the moment. It's just a few cosmetic bits and stuff, just to make it a little bit better, really, because like I say, I am going to ride this around for the remainder of the summer before we do something drastic with it. But it's nice to have it a bit better looking to ride around on, if that's at all possible. So I've ordered the backlight, that's come today. So I'm going to come up with something to mount that, because obviously the old one, that's obviously off a mudguard off a Scania, by the look of it. I don't know what it's off actually. It is, what's it got on it? It's got Stanley written on it, Japan. So it's definitely not Triumph. I'd say it's off some Japanese and a lot older, I would say. Who knows? All I do know, it's pig ugly, and it's not going back on this, so it's sat there. But what we have got is a load of butchered holes in the mudguard, or is it a fender? Yeah, let me show you. Oh, it's a bit cooler today, so look who we've got in here. Old Blue's keeping an eye on things. You look a bit squashed in there, Blue. You all right? Hey? You all right? You having a lazy day, ain't you? Hey? Yeah. Yeah, so Blue's back with us now. It's a bit cooler in here. He doesn't like it when the sun's blazing away in here, because it's a bit uncomfortable, isn't it, mate? It's a bit uncomfortable. There we go. Anyway, back to the bike. So, we've got this mess to deal with. Now, it's got a few little scuffs here, which, yes, it's not nice, but I'm not going to worry about them at this point. All I need to do is design something that's going to cover this mess up. And the new backlight is a nice tidy little thing, and it's a bit better than that monstrosity that was on it. As you can see, it's just a little bit smaller. So the plan is to make something, hold on, that's going to carry this and hide all the mess on the mudguard. It'll also drop down into a bracket that holds the number plate and them little indicators that I've got. I don't even know if I've showed you them. Have I showed you them? So yeah, got these tiny little bullet shaped indicators. I'm also, with the messing about I'm doing on it now, I'm trying to keep costs down, because good chance what I'm using on it now won't get used on it when I go for the major surgery. But I still want it to look all right. Who knows? Who knows? Like I say, I have no plan really. We're just going to see how things go. So yeah, this evening's work, we're going to come up with something that holds that backlight, holds these, and hides all that mess. Also, I've got to get a number plate light, but I know for a fact you can get some really small number plate lights. So I'll have a look online later on and order something, and that could be added to it when it comes. I'll just, leave a small area to put one. I know you can get number plate lights that are no bigger than sort of a 6mm bolt sort of thing, so I'm not too fussed about that, but we will order one and add one in. The main job is to make something that's going to carry the light, these, and hide all that. So let's get the welder and the grinder ready, start scratching her head, and come up with something that's going to look all right. Let's go for it. Okay, been having a bit of a think about it. I think the best thing is the usual, make it up as we go along. And the main thing to do is to cover all them holes that have been drilled in there. Yeah, so I think to start with, we'll do the top and we'll work from there. So we're going to go 110mm wide. I want to be careful of that, I don't go and damage it. Yeah, we got 110mm to cover the holes down here. No, that's a bit wonky, that, so we'll just cut it straight up the middle. So we got 55. And then we want 130 to cover the holes that go up the plate. And we'll try and do it in a nice shape. I think whatever we do is going to be an improvement on the back light that looks like it's off a Scania. That's a start. Just a little tip when you're cutting curves is perhaps a worn cutter, so it's a bit smaller, and as you tip the grinder to the side, it's much easier following a radius than trying to do it straight up. Because you're doing it straight up, you'll find yourself sort of cutting into it, sort of jagged. So obviously the grinder's trying to go straight. So a bit like turning a wheel, I guess. So as you cock it to one side, you'll follow radiuses much easier. Right, let's get rid of these thick marks off it and get something a bit more precise, because I'm going to fold it. Right, as you can see, the light, this angle here, that's what I'm trying to put into the plate. Let's have a look at that. So I've got no plan, so you just have to keep watching. We're making it up as we go along. and try and fold these up now and get it as close as possible to the light on these points here. Right, let's cut some strips, 40mm. I'm going to try and get it to follow this now. If we can get it somewhere near, then we can just gradually tack this up while we pull it in line. Let's get in there. Right, I just had to charge the microphones up a bit, so I've just put that end on. I'm going to dress that up now, and then we'll start getting into the shape of the mudguard. Right, need a little hole in there now, and then the two fitting holes for the light. Trim it up to fit the mudguard, some eyelets on to bolt it to the mudguard, and paint it black. Next step is slicing the taper on it, and then when we've got that, we've got to put the shape of the mudguard into there. That's going to be interesting, because obviously we want it fitting with no gaps. So basically, when I've cut that straight line, I'm going to have to keep sort of grinding away at it and keep trying it on the mudguard till we get a nice fit. No room for error here, or else the whole job's scrap. Whew. Let's see what happens. There we go. Right. We just got to start. See how we got the gap there and a gap there. So we literally got to start putting the curve in it now. I'm just doing this as a very basic guide. And just keep chipping away at it and trying it. Okay, I've just bolted that little light on. What I'm going to do is order one of them tiny number plate lights, and that should fit in there, because you get them literally the size of a 6mm bolt. All I've got to do now is make the little lugs for underneath and choose one of the holes in the mudguard where I'm going to mount it to. Obviously this will then be painted black, and then on these two here, or maybe all three, I should do a little bracket that comes out and then goes out for the number plate. And I may put the bits on there for the indicators, or I may put the indicators in the mudguard. I don't know yet. Like I say, I'm making it up as I go along. But yeah, the plan was to obviously get rid of that, which is well, I think it's completely and utterly hideous. There you go. Some people might like it. And obviously when I took it off, we've had to come up with something that hides all this. I think when that's painted black, it should blend in all right. I say, when the bike gets sort of bust up to do properly, I'll probably never use that again. It's it's one of them, but it's damn sight better than that. It is. And then I'll say I'm unsure where the indicators will go. I'll dream something up. I'll probably get up in the middle of the night. I want to come up here and do it. But whether they go back here, in there, around here, in the what's name, I'll figure it out. I'll decide. We will see. Who knows? Right. I've done that thing again. This is the following day. Oh dear. Oh, if you can hear a bit of a whirring in the background, I've got my blower on because it's far too hot in here, so you'll have to bear with that if you can hear it. Okay. So we got to that stage, and I've put it on the bike, as you've seen. I've been to bed since, and I've done my usual thing. The gremlins have swapped driver's seat in my head, and I've changed my mind. Only slightly though, only slightly. So I'm sort of happy with the shape, because as you know, I've got to sort of be around that shape, because it's hiding all the holes that have been drilled in the mudguard. But I've been sat staring at it on the bike. I don't know. It's that surface area there. I don't know why I'm bothering to go so far with this, because this is probably going to end up, well, this will end up coming off and just probably hanging on the wall eventually when I do get tucked into the bike properly in the winter. But I've got to change it. It's niggling me now. Now I've thought of another idea, it's niggling me. So let's just do it. Complete waste of time, I'm stupid. What are we gonna do then, you're wondering? What the hell's that idiot doing now? Why can't he just leave it as it is? I can't, I just can't. So, my thing with it is that surface area. It's obviously it's not huge, but it's just it's a bit boring. And if we're going to change it, we might as well change it to something I am totally happy with. So we're going to use this, and this is going to go on to there. You got it yet? No, all right. Right, let's get on with it. So, old trick that I've done on a few things for different shapes. That's a bit of 70x10. Just quickly dress the edges up and put a radius on there. That's a bit of alley, the same, because that's all I had. Then we gotta try and sort of align all that near enough, because it will get trimmed when I'm done it. Anyway, it's sandwiched because that stops the plate that I'm about to shake just buckling up all over the place. Do it up in the wobbly vise and the wobbly bench and the thin wood wobbling all over the place. Hey, when I get a minute, I'll make myself a nice strong metal bench. Right. I think we just need to radius that a bit more so it'll go into shape easier. I'm actually going to use a tiny bit of heat on this corner as well, just for it to behave itself. If you're shaping something where you haven't got tight bends, it will go cold. You'll be able to shape it all with no heat at all. That will do. We'll get it on the move cold first. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. That was close. You'll see what I mean in a mo. I was about to do that the wrong way. Don't want to be doing that. Wants to be over here. Does wobble a bit. Oh, well, sort it out one day. Right, we'll get it on the move. got it. That's going to be a little bit heavy still. Yeah, get that off, and the plate I want should cool a bit quicker. So there we go. The actual bit we're going to see is going to be the inside, and we've got a nice neat line there on the inside. I'm not going to bother dressing up the bruising on the outside because that's not going to be seen. Are you guessed yet? No. Okay, let's get on with it. We're about there. I had a couple of visitors again, so I've just been doing bits in between visitors. I should start charging an entry fee, shouldn't I? I'll be rich by the end of the week. Joking. Anyway, we're about done. Apart from the number plate bracket, which is going to bolt underneath alongside this using the same fixings. And basically that'll come down there, and then all I've got to work out then is them little tiny indicators. But I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna get some black paint on it, and I think that'll do. It'll do for this anyway. Really, it's a temporary thing because obviously at some point we're going to change the whole appearance of the bike. But I don't know, it might come in handy for something else, but I've spent far too much time on it already. If it was going on a brand new gleaming shining bike, I would have actually made it slightly better, as in I probably would have put sort of a return rim round there and then fitted some sort of gasket so it didn't scratch anything. Because this is a bit beat up anyway, just in this area, and obviously it's retained marks off the light that was previously on it. I'm just not going to bother putting that time into it, but there we go. And also, and it happened by complete accident. I'm not going to be one of these and lie and say, oh, I planned that, I thought that out. It's like the Triumph T. That was complete accident. It nearly is exactly the same as the Triumph T. Anyway, I suppose some good things happen by accident. Kids and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to paint that black. And then we'll fit the light. And then I'll make the little bracket to carry the number plate. Also, so you got the two fixing holes for the light. You got the hole that the wire comes through, and you see I've put another hole down there. That's going to be for the number plate light. I've ordered that. It literally is like an 8mm bolt with a light in it. So that's going to be ready for when that comes. I thought I'd drill it before I paint it, because there's nothing worse than painting something then you got to drill a hole. because that's when your rusting starts. Not that this is going to be on the bike long enough to rust. But anyway, it's I'm sorry I haven't showed you every single detail of the making process, but I think you sort of get it. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I've done them little sort of recesses in there, because I don't know, it was just, it seemed like there's too much surface area on the top. I weren't quite happy with it, but I am now. I suppose to break it up even more, them little bits could be done in a different colour. Who knows? But I'm not going to do that for this. Like I say, I've spent enough time on it already, so it's just going to get a coat of black paint and on it goes. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It's took a bit of doing. It's took a bit of doing getting the shape that follows the mudguard, but it's done. Maybe I'll sell it when I've pulled this bike apart. Just throw it on eBay and see what happens. I'll probably have to dress a couple of bits up a bit better before I do that, to be honest. But yeah, it's nothing, but it's tiny, tiny little pinholes. Just here and there. You know, they're small enough for the paint to bury, to be honest, but I really should just nip them in with a weld, but no, enough's enough. Enough's enough. Plus, I want to get out on the bike in a day or two, so I just want it back together without sounding like I'm bodging it. But let's get the old light. I was saying this looks like it's off a Scania mud flap. So yeah, we've gone from that. Beautiful. Some of you may prefer that, I don't know. I didn't like it at all. So that to that. I'm not going to put the light on yet because it's a bit fiddly to get it on. So we'll paint it and get that on. And like I say, we'll go for the mudguard bracket then. And I've ordered the light, so that should be in next week, and that'll be a quick bolt it in and wire it up. I think I can live without a number plate light just for a day. So yeah, what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. I'm supposed to be going for a little ride out on Saturday. No, I think we'll bang some paint on it while I make the number plate bracket. No point in filming me painting something. So I'll just get on with it. So we'll be back in a mo when it's black and dry. Right, that's done. Black paint sorted. I'll only give it a quick coat because really it's only a temporary job. But the plan was just to make it look better than what it was, than that big thing there. Oh, it's blue. You all right, Blue? Do you like it? No? Okay, fair enough. Come on, mate. Crazy fool. So yeah, that's just got to sort the wiring out, which is all hanging down still. Then a little place, let me get one. I can't even remember if I've showed you these yet. I'll find a little place for the indicators. Again, it's just a temporary thing. Like I say, I'm just going to keep the bike rolling for the rest of the summer and then decide what we're going to do with it. But that is better than what was on it, I guess. As you can see, the white's got marks on it here, there and everywhere from the old light. But the plan was just to hide all them holes that had been drilled into it. So I think that'll do me today. Just knocking on. As you can see, it's dark outside. I think the dog's waiting for some dinner. So yeah, That will do. Yeah, so there we go. I guess when I change the bike, I'll probably hang that up and it might get used on something else, or I'll throw it on eBay, whatever. Hello, Blue. Next, like I say, I'm going to find a place for the indicators, back and front. Oh, what else am I doing? Oh, the footrest. I'm getting rid of them boards. I know a few people say try them out before you get rid of them. I've been riding bikes since 1978 with foot pegs on. I think I'll be all right, and I'm not keen how they look, to be honest with you. So yeah, foot pegs are going on, and some were donated to me by a very kind old boy, Nick. I really appreciate that, Nick. He came up today and had a bit of time with me and a good chat, and brought some foot pegs. The proper jobbies for this bike. So yeah, really pleased about that. I'm going to get them on probably over the weekend. Anyway, I'm going to shoot. It's late, I'm tired, I want some dinner, and I'm done. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.